Namaste, Jai Bharat. At the very outset, let me express my deep set grief at their crush at Karnavati. Karnavati, you mean it? No, popularly, that's Ahmedabad. The real name of Ahmedabad, or Ahmedabad, which say, how we say in Gujarat, is actually Karnavati. That's the original name. I don't know, the name is not been restored, should be happening in the future. So it's a great grief that several people, nearly 300 people in all, lost their lives just like that. And one can only pray. And I would aspire for, I would simply say, Om Sadgati. What else? This, of course, we Hindus are very highly philosophical, not just in texts but also in lives. So we take it as it is, what to do. But I really have my suspicions about it. The Turks who were operating for something there, I have my suspicions. I have my suspicions, several suspicions, because these suspicions have no grounds, no proof, but then some logical, conjectural suspicions common to a common man. That's it. No authority, nothing. But then that feeling, the feelings are feelings. They can't be real. Feelings do not entail reality also. With all this, these things remains. And what comes as a feeling I am going to reject, because I still feel there is a possibility of some kind of foul play. So I was talking about this air defense system. We have used the Russian-made S-400 air defense system very successfully in Bharat, and many people must be having a confusion in their minds that why, how could this same S-400, which is made, which is created by the Russians, which they sent to Bharat, we took it from them, we bought it from them rather. We have used them successfully, and why it was not so successful with the Russians? This is a common question that would come to the minds of people. Similarly, Chinese air defense, which China claims, of course, they were never put to use, which China claims is foolproof, become an absolute big flop in Pakistan. But that's not the case with S-400. S-400, Russia was using against Ukraine, but not that successfully as it has demonstrated in Bharat. And in Bharat, it has become total success, total success. Now here, the minds involved, not the brains. Let's make a distinction between the brains involved and minds involved. In Bharat, it's our minds, they were involved. The mind behind the weapon. The mind behind the weapon, with all, no matter how technologically advanced and how technologically foolproof a weapon that you have, but the person behind it, the mind behind it, really, really matters. I remember a video clipping sometime back, maybe a year plus back, of a Bharatiya soldier, a sniper, a long-range sniper, firing from one hill to some outpost under the hill, terrorist camp. He's holding the trigger. Those who have used arms, those who are arms trained, that the trigger must be has two positions. When it comes, then it gets locked, and then if you push further, the firing pin gets released. He is holding, and before firing, he's talking to himself. He says just this sentence. Before firing, he says, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki jai. Then he excuses the trigger. This demonstrates an involvement. This is one such clip, and there are many, many such clips our soldiers are performing. That shows an involvement, mental involvement. The soldiers of Bharat are defending our mother. Our motherland, we had been treating our motherland as mother right from time immemorial. It's generations of reverence. Our previous generations, their previous generation, they treat the land as a mother. And in Hindu Sanskriti, mother is mother. Mother has all respect beyond what normal person can imagine. It's patriarchal in a sense, but culturally, Sanskriti, we have great reverence to mother, and the mother is attributed great respect in every aspect of her existence. Even Mother Goddess is very seriously revered. So this is a part of our Sanskrit. We treat our land as mother. So our soldiers were defending our mother, and but we don't let a scratch come to our mothers. No Indian will do that. No Indians would allow a small scratch even to their mother. Mother is treated like that with such reverence and respect. So we treat our land as motherland, and that involvement is there for a soldier of Bharat. And the commitment to the nation, the sense of belonging to the nation. We are not fighting for anything. We are fighting for dharma. We have a lot of examples. We have lot of instructions from our history and our culture of how we fight for dharma. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Those who try to save dharma, they will be protected and saved by dharma itself. That's what one way we look at things. There are many such ways of doing it. So the mind is a totality of all those things. It's my definition. Don't go to Bharatiya Indian knowledge system and psychology. Bharatiya Manovigyan define this. For this purpose, I'm trying to say mind is a combination of all our emotions. Our intellectual quotient one, then our emotional quotient, which is more important, and naturally our spiritual quotient, which is transcendentally giving us sense of direction. So the mind behind the weapon makes it all very, very different. And the weapon we revere. We have this concept of Ayuth Puja, worshipping our Shastras, Astras, and also Shastras. So we have this sense of revering all those things, worshipping all those things. Hindus shall worship anything and everything because there is divinity in anything and everything. It's for you to look at the divinity in anything and everything, and when you find it, you offer your respect. You worship. So there's no harm. The Shanti Pandra talks about Dhyau Shanti Vanaspati Shanti Aushade Shanti Apashanti. That itself tells you how Hindu looks at the cosmos. The Hindus worship, and we are fundamentally Hindus, which makes us open-minded, accepting everything, because the Rigveda taught us Ekam Sat Viprabhavadavadandi, and also Anobhadra Kritavo Yalta Vishwada. So we are accepting whatever is acceptable, no matter by whom, no matter from where. That's a kind of openness that the Hindu Sanskriti teaches us. So the point here back is that the weapons becomes a part of us emotionally. The emotional aspect behind it, the sense of belonging to the motherland, all things makes it more effective. And another thing, when the weapon gets emotionally integrated to you, the other weapon systems automatically get integrated behind it. The minds of Bharat, the Indian minds, as you say, they function and they make it very successful. And perhaps these kind of aggressively emotional sense of belonging and reverence is not that seriously present with the Russian army. Otherwise, those drones which were which were creating disturbances to Russia from Ukraine, their missiles. The Russia made all the system, it's theirs. And they could not perform very well as expected by them. The technologically very superior, very effective. But then the minds behind it, the hands behind it makes it all it makes such a lot of difference. So that's why the same weapon when we use they become extremely effective. And the same weapon could not be that extremely effective against Ukraine. None of the drones could do any disturbances to us. None of the drones, which the same drones, similar drones, this Turkey made drones or somebody else made drones, same drones they were using. They did not bring destruction to Bharat. Rather, we could neutralize them prior, even before even entering into our sensitive areas. Many before entering our borders, but many before entering sensitive areas. Hardly any damage. But whatever deaths took place to our people, civilians, and also few soldiers, is from the this cross-border shelling and firing, etc. Not through drones, not through missiles. On the other hand, our missile system, our air defense system was practically and they demonstratively excellently exceptional. They have completely more than 100%, one should say it is possible. They are 100%. They were 100% successful in precision, in timing, and in everything because the minds behind it. They have performed it. It's a mind behind it. Now, just look at Pakistan. And with that, I would conclude this. Just look at Pakistan. They are trying to weaponize themselves. They are trying to borrow, buy weapons. And the China also given their best to them. Though some people say China must have not given the right kind of weapons to Pakistan. I don't think so. They must have given the right kind of weapons to Pakistan. But they don't have that sense of involvement for protecting their nation because they don't, for them nation is not a mother. Nation is a piece of land for them. For them to do things which other than what nationalists should do. A lot of things. So for China, they blame China. They would, though they don't dare blame China explicitly, but they do blame China. They would say, you have given us waste weapons, that's why you lost. It's not because of that. And so they go to Germany to find a different kind of air defense system. That is not going to help them because the Pakistani hand behind the weapon and Bharat's hand behind the weapon, these two are two entirely different things. So, even if you get armed to the teeth, Pakistan can't have a battle, can fight a battle with Bharat because our sense of dedication, our discipline, you don't have that discipline. I'm actually sorry to say that society is absolutely disciplined. You should know it yourself. Not disciplined, not hardworking, not emotionally bonded to the motherland. So all these things make the hell of a lot of difference when you come to a battlefront. When you use a weapon, here the weapon belongs to you. The other weapon is simply an instrument. These two emotional level are entirely different. So no matter who gives anything to Pakistan, Pakistan shall be Pakistan only. So no matter what enemy don't give it to Bharat, Bharat is capable of making it. We have done it. And we don't speak. We don't speak. We just do and many times keep quiet. Precisely I call them brothers. Israelis do similar things. They don't speak. They just do and keep quiet. So the man behind the weapon, the man behind the machine, and the man behind the machine makes a hell of a lot of difference. One should know it, and if you don't know it, look at the demonstration what happened in these two wars, Ukraine-Russian war and Pakistan-Bharat war. Same weapons, and it's their weapons. If it's our own weapons, of course, we would we will have a different kind of understanding, should be. But it's their weapons. They should have been doing it extremely well. But we have outperformed everyone. So it's an interesting thought to people. And that also confused people why the same weapon failed at some point and why the same weapon became extremely successful at different point. This is a common confusion. I was just thinking about that. I would like to speak about that, I thought. So we shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat. Jai Sri Ram.